Wait, what's this subscription? $17.99? It gets charged on the 2nd of every month? I'll figure it out next month. $17.99? What is this? Oh, is that the same thing I didn't cancel last month?
Bad system.
If you do not have a good system for making financial decisions, things can get really stressful and sometimes cost you a lot of money. Welcome back to The Worthless Show, the personal finance variety show that might accidentally sometimes teach you about money. I am your host, Lissa Lumutenga. I'm a certified financial planner. I'm all about teaching personal finance, how to build wealth, and how to build an abundant mindset. On this show, we make money a little bit more fun. So today's theme is systems. Why do systems matter enough for me to make an episode about it? Well, I think that a lot of people assume people are good with money if they have a lot of money. And I just have seen the opposite. I've seen a lot of people who are high earners and who have a lot of money end up going bankrupt or end up losing it all. So even if they had a lot of money, that didn't mean they were good with money. When we think about people who are good with money, what I think we're actually describing are the people who have good systems. Good systems around making financial decisions, good systems around organizing money into various accounts, and good systems that keep them consistent with things like saving and investing long term. So being good with money is actually about having good systems. That's why it's so important to talk about systems. So today we will break down systems, habits, rules, things you can incorporate into your broader money management system that will hopefully help your finances out. My favorite lipstick is on sale for only $5. $5. Should I get it? I already have another lipstick at home. But I really like this one. But I could use that $5 on something else. But it would make me so happy. Oh, I just can't decide. Should I get it? Or should I not get it? Should I spend $5 on this? Ah, it's so windy.
Bad system.
All right, let me show you a simple system for your paycheck. Let's start with what not to do. Something that tends to happen when people get their first job, they set up their first direct deposit, is they'll set it up to go into one account, usually a checking account. From there, your money in your checking account typically goes to all the things you have to pay on a day-to-day basis. Your housing. Does that look like a house? Okay, I'm just gonna write the word food. Your food, bills, etc. If there's any left over, you might put money into savings or to investments. This system could work for some people, but the problem with it is look at all the friction between your paycheck and saving and investing. Money gets moved into checking. It gets allocated to various things. Oftentimes, new things come up, right? Things you didn't plan for, things you do on a whim. So you're spending more money and then there might not be any left over for this. Let me show you a system that's better than this one. If your employer allows you to have multiple direct deposits, you should definitely utilize them to set up a better automated system. Now, how this looks like is gonna vary depending on how many accounts you have and what your current goals are. But let me give you a couple examples. Let's say you're just starting out with personal finance and your immediate goal right now is you want to save an emergency fund. You don't have one and you heard that was the hot thing to do on the streets, so you want an emergency fund. You can start as simple as asking your employer, your payroll department, to split your paycheck into two. The first bucket will be a savings bucket. Either use an existing savings account you have or open a new one and call that your emergency savings fund. That account is for emergencies only. You're gonna have to figure out what amount you can put into this account every paycheck while still being able to pay the rest of your day-to-day expenses. So it might take some time to figure out the right amount for this, but I say just get started. Pick an amount, $50, $100. Worst case, you put in too much and you'll have to pull money out of savings anyway, but at least that gives you a starting point. So in this setup, you want your paycheck to be split up into your savings and your checking. Then you still have the same system as earlier, where you are going to pay for your various living expenses, that kind of thing. And if you want to add more to savings later, you can, or some to investments. So this would be a simple scenario if you've never done anything like this before and you want to try a new system. This is called paying yourself first. You're paying yourself before money gets distributed elsewhere. And the key element for you to figure out is how much can you regularly put into savings. Being good with money isn't necessarily about making the most. It's about having the best systems. Let me know in the comments, do you already do something like this for your paychecks, or is it something you're thinking about doing? Should I eat out today or just eat what I have at home? I'll just eat at home. But wait, what about dessert? I don't have anything for dessert. Wait, don't they have the carrot cake ice cream cake at Salt and Straw? They did have it.
Bad system.
Fun fact about me, my last job before I became a content creator teaching finance was as a business operations manager. In this business operations role, it was my job to create systems and processes to make us run more efficiently. Running efficiently was both saving the company money, but also saving time. On that note, I want you to know that good systems are not just going to save you money, but they will also save you time. Speaking of time management systems, check out this conversation I had with author, YouTuber, and so many other things, Pat Flynn. Couple questions. What's your name?
My name is Pat Flynn from Smart Passive Income and Deep Pocket Monster.
All right. You do a lot of things, but can you give me your elevator pitch? What is it that you do?
This is an interesting question because I do a lot of those things. It kind of depends on who I'm speaking to. But in the world that maybe you might be in, I help people take the knowledge that they might have, the experiences, package them up, and then help and serve others, and then generate revenue as a result. So I help you start your business from scratch and hopefully find that loyal following and super fans in your audience.
And he's also a very big Pokemon guy.
Yes, big Pokemon YouTube channel. If you've ever heard of the jingle, should I open it or should I keep it sealed?
Should I open it or should I keep it sealed?
That's me.
So hilarious. What inspired you to write this book, Lean Learning? Is this your second book or
This
third
is my
book?
fourth book.
Fourth
actually,
book.
but first traditionally published book.
Okay.
Yeah, so what inspired this was a few things, mainly my kids, actually. My kids are a little bit older now. They're entering young adulthood very soon, and I wanted to give them the best opportunity to navigate the very information overloaded spaces that we live in today, right? And you know, information is freely available everywhere now. Before, information was valuable because it didn't exist. Now it's everywhere, and we're almost getting too much of it. So how do we find the right information at the right time for the right reasons? And that's what Lean Learning is about, to help you find that and trade just-in-case learning for just-in-time learning.
Who is this book best for?
So this book is best for anybody who is trying to acquire new skills, anybody who's trying to become a high performer in whatever it is that they want to do, or those who are just curious and want to learn how to scratch that itch, but in a controlled manner, right? We get a little bit over-inspired, if you will, from how connected we are, right? And then we go over here, and then we go over there, and then we go over here, and down there, and up there.
Shiny object
syndrome, squirrel syndrome, whatever you want to call it. That's the world we live in now. So anybody who experiences that and feels like they're not really getting ahead, this is the book to go deeper and not wider.
This is me because I'm a perfectionist. I overthink everything. I've been planning this show for over a year, and I need to just post it.
Yes. But welcome to the club. We're all there.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I've already read the book, and I know I learned in it that you're a rower. Can you tell people about the Power 10s, or is that going to spoil the book?
We could do that. So I used to row lightweight crew, obviously, because I'm not big and buff. And I learned about something called the Power 10. And when you're rowing in a boat, and this is one of those boats with like 8 people plus a coxswain who's given the instructions in the front, that if you want to pull ahead of the boat next to you that you're racing, you do what's called the Power 10. And that means for 10 strokes and just 10 strokes alone, you give it your all. All the rowers go hard. And that's where you see the boat fly. And in life, a lot of times we kind of coast. We kind of are on automatic mode. And in order to get ahead, you have to implement your own version of a Power 10. So for example, if you are a podcaster, let's say, and you have a show every week, that's great, you're coasting. But if you want to give a burst of energy and get to that next ceiling or bust through that plateau that you might be on, you might do 1 week in October. That's, 1 episode per week, 1 episode per day for a week, I should say. And this little additional burst of energy, which yes, takes some time, it's not forever, right? Imagine rowing all your strength forever. Yeah. Well, then it's not going to work out. So it's this idea that there's an end to the additional effort that you're putting in. It's similar to like a hackathon, right? Hackers go 24 hours, no sleep, pizza, Red Bulls.
Sprints.
Yes. We need to do more of that and be conscious of where we want to put our energy and give it that burst to get and break through that next plateau.
Yeah, I love that. If you know there's an end, you will go harder in that frame of time. What is next for you? Any projects that you're excited about?
Oh my gosh. So I have a shoebox full of hundreds of different ideas, everything from food trucks to more inventions. But really the idea here is to take this concept of lean learning and lean into it. One of the concepts of the book is to not give into the FOMO. Right? The fear of missing out. And there's a concept that was once coined called JOMO, which is the joy of missing out. And I don't believe in that either. You're not joyful that you're missing out. So the solution is joy of opting out, JOOO, which is you see and you realize those things are there, but you say, you know what, I'm disciplined enough to say no so that I can re-up and recommit to the things I'm doing. So I'm just leaning more into this, and that's what's next.
So that's like the next tagline we're going to see online, Jew.
Yeah. Jew!
And where can people find you on the internet?
So at Pat Flynn on most social media channels, and smartpassiveincome.com would be the main sort of hub for all the business stuff.
Thank you so much, Pat Flynn. He is literally a jack of all trades, master of all of them. So check out his book. And we are giving a book away. So make sure you check the link in the description and in the comment, the pinned comment. We're going to be raffling off one of these books. One of you guys is going to have it for free.
Yay. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Pat. Maybe I cut that out. Maybe I
No, keep it in.
So I know nothing about rowing, but Power 10s, that is a great system. That is a system that helps you focus your time and energy. When you're not focused, you end up wasting time, wasting energy, sometimes wasting money. But when you can find the right system to keep you focused, you are going to save on all of those things. And I would love more time, more energy, and more money. Wouldn't you? Anyway, that was a great conversation. It was nice meeting him. I had read his books years prior, so just getting the opportunity to chat really quick was really nice. And shout out to Pat for being a part of the first season of The Worthless Show. At the end of the day, being good with money isn't about knowing everything. It isn't about being the richest person in the room. Honestly, having good systems that work for you and your situation, systems that allow you to be consistent with your financial goals, that is what makes you good with money. Until next time, stay worthless.